Drake's new music video for Nokia. It's gotten a lot of attention already, a lot of people talking about it. And we're going to kind of dissect it a bit and see what's going on beneath the surface.
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch the reactions unfold online. Definitely some strong opinions out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, one of the first reactions that I saw was from Cenat.
Yeah.
And he had a pretty strong take on the whole thing.
He did not hold back at all. He went live on his stream and pretty much said straight up he wasn't really feeling the video.
He was like, this is not a banger, straight up.
Yeah, and that's what really caught my attention too, because it wasn't just a general, I don't like it. It was more like he felt the video missed the mark for what the song Nokia is all about.
Yeah, he was saying, Nokia, the song, it's fun, it's got that upbeat vibe, and he felt like the video went in a completely different direction with all the symbolism and deeper meanings.
It's like he was looking for a visual that matched the energy of the song and felt like this one fell short.
Yeah, he was even joking, like, let me direct these videos, I'll show you how it's done, kind of playing around. But I think it really shows how differently people can interpret a song versus its visual counterpart.
It's a fascinating point, right? Because music and visuals, they can complement each other, but sometimes they can also clash,
Totally. And it made me think about, if Cenat were directing this video, what would it look like? And he actually started acting out his vision on stream.
Oh, wow, really? He got into it?
Yeah, he was giving directions, getting into character. And the whole scene he was setting was like in a busy arcade, maybe even a full-blown carnival.
Oh, wow. That's a completely different vibe than what we got in the official video.
Totally. And he even specifically mentioned roller skates, like people skating around having a good time.
That would have been a very different visual experience for sure. So the official video, was released earlier this week, and it was directed by Theo Scudra, who's worked with Drake a bunch of times in the past.
Yeah, they have a history, so it's not like they're strangers to each other creatively.
And I think a lot of people immediately picked up on the fact that this video seemed to be more focused on sending a message, particularly directed at Drake's, ongoing rivalry with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, a lot of the discussion online has been about that, and I think the ending scene with the owls has probably gotten the most attention.
Yeah, it's a striking image. The video ends with these 6 owls all perched on a telephone mast.
And I think if you're familiar with Drake's OVO brand, the owl is like their mascot.
It's their symbol, yeah. And having those 6 owls right at the top, especially on a telephone mast, which you could argue is a symbol of communication projecting influence, it's being seen as Drake kind of asserting his dominance.
And it's especially interesting when you think about how Kendrick Lamar ended his track. Not Like Us.
Right, Not Like Us ends with a visual of a caged owl being looked down on. So you have this stark contrast. It's almost like a direct response visually, flipping the script saying, no, I'm still on top.
Yeah, it makes you think about who that message is really intended for when artists use these kinds of visuals.
Right, is it for the fans? Is it for other artists? Is it a bit of both? It's interesting to consider.
And it's not just the owls. There are some other moments in the Nokia video that seem to be referencing or responding to some of Kendrick's visuals.
Yeah, there are a few scenes where Drake's doing some dance moves that are very similar to ones in Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us video.
So people are wondering, is that a nod? Is it a subtle jab?
Is he reclaiming those moves, giving them a new context? It's hard to say for sure.
And there were even some people online pointing out subtle connections to Kendrick's Super Bowl performance.
Yeah, there are a few moments in the staging or the style of the Nokia video that kind of echo elements of that really iconic Super Bowl halftime show that Kendrick did.
So people were picking up on all these details, these little visual cues, and wondering if it's all intentional.
And then there's that whole thing with the mobile phone game Snake in the video.
Right, which at first glance, seems pretty straightforward. But
people are reading into it a bit deeper.
Yeah, they're saying it's a double entendre.
Yeah.
Like Drake maybe feeling surrounded by people he can't trust.
The snakes in the grass hidden among his, supposed friends and allies.
Yeah, and that just adds another layer to the whole thing, right? It's like every little detail is being scrutinized.
And then on top of all that, there's a whole conversation about, where Nokia stands on the charts and how this video might impact its performance.
Right, because Nokia, it debuted on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 10.
Came in strong, but then it dipped a little bit, fell out of the top 10.
And then I think as of when this was being written, it had climbed back up to number 7.
So there's definitely potential for it to move even higher, and a lot of people think this video could be the thing that pushes it over the edge.
Because, music videos, it can really give a song a boost.
Oh yeah, for sure. They create that visual connection, they drive engagement on platforms like YouTube, and that can lead to more streams, more downloads, the whole 9 yards.
And for Drake, reaching #1 with Nokia, it would be a big deal, especially considering his last #1 single was First Person Shooter back in 2023.
Yeah, and that's the song that a lot of people say really kicked off this whole back and forth with Kendrick.
So it's like everything's connected, the charts, the visuals, the music.
It's all part of the narrative, and right now the top spot on the Billboard Hot 100 is held by Kendrick Lamar and SCA with their song Luther.
And they've been holding that #1 position for 6 weeks straight.
So for Drake to reach #1 with Nokia, he'd have to overtake his rival.
Which just adds another layer of intrigue to the whole situation.
It definitely raises the stakes a bit.
So we have Cenat wanting that fun, lighthearted video to match his feeling of the song.
And then we have the official video going for something more layered, more symbolic, even maybe a little bit antagonistic,
And it really makes you think about what the goals are when these music videos are made.
Is it purely about the art, or is it also about strategy, about sending a message, about competing?
Because for artists at Drake's level, a music video, it's more than just a visual accompaniment.
It's a statement. It's a tool. It can be used in so many different ways.
Yeah, this whole Nokia situation really highlights that.
And it leaves our listeners with a question to ponder. When you watch a music video today, especially from a big artist, what are you looking for? Are you just there for the entertainment, or are you trying to decipher the deeper meaning?
Because in today's music landscape, a music video, it can be so much more than just visuals set to music.
It can be a window into an artist's mind, their ambitions, their rivalries. It can be a whole story unfolding in front of you.
And that's something worth thinking about.
Absolutely.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Drake's Nokia.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Until then.
Take care.